Got the new throttle body, GM takeoff with throttle position sensor. Thought we'd throw a 1-inch spacer plate on. Already have the, I'll call it the snorkel intake mess off. That'll probably be going away one day when I go to a K&N cold air system, but there's our throttle body. Looks like we just got the 4. Now we've got 2 nuts, 2 bolts, and wire harness. And we'll start this project, see what happens here. There we are, got the 2 nuts off and the bolts out. There's the throttle body. There's our intake. And these studs have got to come out. We've got some longer bolts that are going to go in there. And get that ready. There's the 2 throttle bodies side by side. New GM takeoff. And the old one. We got the original screws and studs. New ones are just longer for the spacer plate. Alright, took a little bit of the 3M Super 77, glued our gaskets down onto the spacer plate, make it a little bit easier. The spacer plate did come with a new seal. Seal on mine was good, so we're going to reuse the seal and keep the new one. Going to go ahead and reuse it. It sticks on the intake manifold, and the gasket will kind of press up against it as well. I don't think that'll be a problem. The spacer plate has to go in one way. This relief on this side is for that throttle plate to clear it when it opens on the inside here, as it clears the top edge right there. So it only goes in one way. And we'll go ahead and throw this thing up there and see what it looks like. Okay, we're back on, and we got the spacer plate in there. So we got a 1-inch spacer, throttle body, the new bolts. We're using gaskets, doesn't seem to be a problem. Wrenched them down to where it's inch pounds or I don't know, factory on that anyway. I mean, you gotta go so tight on a 10mm. And so while doing that, the holes in the spacer plate were bigger, so it doesn't really center it. So as you get all 4 of your bolts in, you can kind of go underneath and push up on the spacer, look in to make sure you're all centered up, and then tighten it down in a nice even pattern. And all you do is all you're doing is hooking up your wiring again. Seems to be no problem to reach that extra inch. And then we're gonna take a pause here and figure out how we're gonna get this all stretched out there. I think the only thing that's not gonna hook up is gonna be this on top of this giant snorkel piece that comes out here. I think we're gonna end up just missing it back here by an inch, and I don't think that'll cause any problem. Might be a little rattle, but like I said, once we switch over to a K&N air intake, that would be just a 1-piece hookup over there anyway. So we'll see how this looks in a minute. All right, here we are. Everything back together. Everything's fitting pretty good. You got to pull the little band that holds your radiator hose and clips in right there. You just got to pull it forward a little bit. Everything comes forward. Like I said, that pin ends up being right there instead of in that hole on that, but it fits snug enough that I don't think it'll be a rattle. If it is, I'll tape it down with something or tie wrap it off. And then we got our last little like a crankcase ventilation system piece there. It goes in, and should be able to just fire this thing up without having to do anything as far as throttle, changing the throttle or anything. It's just all fly-by-wire now. All we've got left to do really is clear the 121 code that was set by the bad throttle position sensor, and we're all set. We'll get on the scanner now and do that, and we're complete.